Conversation flows, just you and me. Good morning at Katie's table. Laughs and cards, we're so able. Sip the joy, let's be stable. Come and join if you're able. Pour a cup, the steam rises high. Story shared, hotel no lie. Friendly faces, smile so wide. Cards on the table, let's take this ride. Good morning at Katie's table. Laughs and cards, we're so able. Sip the joy, let's be stable. Come and join if you're able. Pour a cup, the steam rises high. Story shared, hotel no lie. Friendly faces, smile so wide. Cards on the table, let's take this ride. Good morning at Katie's table. Laughs and cards, we're so able. Sip the joy, let's be stable. Come and join if you're able. Pull the deck, do a sin. No need to chase, it's where we've been. I'll bet on us, we'll always win. Every morning, let it begin. Katie's is the place where hearts align. From dawn till noon, get lost in time. Coffee, conversation, cards sublime. Corn tortillas, crafted with a poet's ambition. Truth, table written with life's intuition. Spices in the air, singing sermons of taste. Katie Moonchild paints flavors you can't waste. Come to the table, joy in your palm. Dreams folded neatly in the tortillas calm. Peace marinates as stories unfold. The spice of life served warm and bold.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. I was like clicking a button, click, 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 and nothing's happening. Helps if you have the cursor on the button. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Katie Moonchild's World. I'm Katie. We're here to have some fun today. So, let's get this party started. I'm going to bring up the chat so I can tell everybody hello. Hey, Dolly. Good to see you. I hope everybody is got their favorite beverage, is ready to get in the Halloweeny mood. I know that's tomorrow, but this is my October 1st show, you know? This is the last day of this month. I love that idea, but at the same time, I don't like what's going on. So we're just getting in the whole holiday mood. We're getting in the Halloween mood just a little bit early with my pictures. Thank you very much. I thought they were fun. Used up all of my credits that I have on Microsoft Designer designing those. So no problem till payday hits. You know how that goes. Oh, I hope everybody's doing well. Give them a chance to come in. In the meantime, I'm going to bring in some cards. And, oh my goodness, I got to make me, let's go over here. I like this one. No, this one. As you can tell, I was playing with a few things. There we go. Hi, Kelly. How you doing, hon? Everything go okay this morning for you? Since I talked to you a few minutes ago. everything's going okay. I tell you, I'm really excited. Oops, we don't need that big. We need me big. Hello. Sorry about that. I'm really excited about the God Box class on Thursday. I don't have any. As a matter of fact, I've been so busy getting ready for it. And a few other events happening this week that are really big for me. It's going well. Good, sweetie. Mwah. Other events that I got going on this week. So I've been focused on the God Box and getting supplies together and stuff. And I'm going to show you some of the things you need to get together for this first class. And if you haven't yet signed up for it, please, there's still space. Come join us. It's going to be just a nice, relaxed group of friends from this community getting together and doing a craft thing, you know? Just being quiet and, yeah. No, that's not what I have planned at all. I've got a music playlist. I've got, we're going to do conversation. We get to see, it's on Zoom, so we'll get to see what everybody else is doing too. As long as you got it so that you can show it up, into your webcam, or if you're like, if you have a channel and you got multiple cameras, if I count my webcam on that I'm talking to you on right now, where my cards are, there's 2 cameras. And then each of my cell phones have good cameras. So, it's 5 that I could use if I want to. Sometimes the resin videos, when I'm doing that's not the pretty one, is it? Is that the one? No, that's not the pretty one. Where'd it go? Sometimes the patterns and the sparkles, you need an up-close view. Instead of me doing this, can't see a whole lot that way, can you? You see a lot better if I make this here for the moment. You can see the details better in this camera. That's why I got this camera. It's a document camera. And then my cell phones do time lapse. So if I want to record what the resin does as it's moving, as it's curing, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I just have to set it all up. And I just have been too busy doing other stuff. So, Jenny, good morning! You had a health scare with one of your older boys yesterday? What happened, sweetie? What happened? Is he okay? Okay, where did I put that other? I have a whole bunch of videos all set up to do resin. Oh, here they are. Nope, that's not it. Where'd I put them? I have so much stuff sitting around me right here. You'd be going, how do you even function, Katie? And it's all resin oriented. Anyway, go check out those resin videos of mine. Teresa, hi, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. He's 26 and his blood pressure was through the roof. Oh, really? Oh, that's scary. I wonder. I have a project all fixed to show you what I'm going to do later for a wonderful meeting I have tomorrow. But I don't know where I put that piece of resin. Anyway, I have it all set up to top coat, and I don't know where I put it. I put it in here. Nope, that's the Mancala game. See, I just have too much stuff. Too much stuff around me. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. Did they figure out what's going on? That sounds like stress to me. Fatima! Mwah, good to see you, good to see you. Let me fix this so it's a little different here. There we go. Hi. So you can see me too. You don't want to look at me when I'm this big. I don't blame you. Hang on a second. Where did I set that coaster? It needs a top coat. So I got it all ready, put the tape all around it. It's going to be kind of hard to top coat it if I can't find the darn thing. That's hilarious. There it is. There it is. Okay. This is what I meant to show you. This really shows it off. This is a really good one. See how that sparkles? See the shine in that coaster? See this one? See how weird that shine is? Compared to this one is almost like a reflection. It's like a mirror. Very shiny. This hasn't been used as much. I've made probably 15 out of this mold. So all you do is you put this is painter's tape around the edge, and then I'll make a layer of clear resin and go put it over the top, and that'll make that pop like it's three-dimensional. So, for a gift. And I can't tell you who it's for in case she pops in here. She might just do that. Anyway, you guys all know her. Okay. Not yet. They did a lot of blood work. Oh yeah, they have to. You'll have a stroke if they don't bring your blood pressure down. I have high blood pressure. That's why I know that. I'm sorry. I have this hair. There. I have high blood pressure, so your high pain tolerance twin. Well, young men right now, I cannot believe or even imagine the amount of stress that they're under right now. All this toxic masculinity, it's got you, though. That makes all the difference. But yeah, hon. Well, you guys, keep Jenny and her son in our prayers. Most definitely. And Kelly as well. Her nurse is there as we speak, giving her infusion for her immune system. So, blessings to Ms. Kelly. And she's coming to the God Box class. If you still are interested, Matter of fact, let's talk a little. Well, I don't want to get too soon into that. Let's go ahead and pull some cards, and we'll talk about the God Box class. Over on Discord, I posted a video that I found by Colette Baron Reed, of all people, talking about a God Box, what it is, and what you can use it for. And you don't have to decorate it or do anything if you don't want. Buy a box that you think is pretty. Do you have an old jewelry box even? Flowing! Ah, good to see you. Oh, honey, good to see you. I'm always glad that you're here. So, yeah, if you want to just buy a wooden box, even, like I say, go to a thrift store. Go to Goodwill. See what kind of jewelry boxes and trinket boxes and stuff they may have. Bring that. We'll paint it up, decorate it up, add some twine, whatever, and have some fun with it. Okay? It doesn't have to be hard. But anyway, what she's saying, you can call it your God box, your prayer box, your intentions box. It's a place that is sacred to hold whatever you feel should be put into that sacred space. That's all it is. And you don't ever have to take them out if you don't want to. I personally, on the new moon, I take them out and I burn them and release it into the smoke so that my box is emptied to begin again as I go through until the next new moon, and I do it again. Because the new moon is the time you're writing out your intentions. So that's when you write it out, tear it, put it in your God box. Write out the next intention, tear it, put it in the God box. That's what it's for. I love it. Everybody's telling everybody hi. Well, Jenny, I tell ya, that's scary. He's too young. Got some pressures on him somewhere that he's not talking about, apparently. Heck, don't we all? Oh my goodness. But I can't imagine being in my 20s and male right now. Heck, being in my 20s and being a female would be hard enough right now. So, anywho, let's go ahead and pull our quote. I didn't do it ahead of time this time. I was too busy meditating today. So, oh, by the way, both of those coasters, each one of them has a video that goes with it on how I made it. All the steps. Look in my resin art. I believe it's under resin art. Playlist. I have a couple of resin playlists. So, I was, just before I got my kitty, actually just before my kitties that passed away got sick, I was making coasters like once or twice a week. Devante is now 31, but high blood pressure too. But changing his diet has made a world of difference. That is working for D, but I know that it isn't always good for everyone. Hey, Sonia! Mwah! Happy last day of September. I agree. Most definitely. Yeah, change your diet. And I tell you what, unless you live here where it's really hot, you don't need to add a lot of salt. I have learned to love the taste of vegetables. You know how many of them are sweet? You have a sweet tooth. And, you're like me, a diabetic. And you really aren't supposed to be eating a lot of sugar. Don't add a lot of salt to your food. If you add a lot of salt to your vegetables, stop doing that. Just add herbs. And you'll be so surprised how sweet a stalk of broccoli can be. Cucumbers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And I'm a meat and potatoes girl. But I used to be a vegetarian for years. So. I love it. You guys in there talking to each other. I love it. Let's see. One more shuffle. And we'll see what card comes out. I always pull my cards when I'm doing this. I very seldom take this one on top. I do this. Whoop, and see how that would kind of sticking up there? That's what we're going to take. Ooh, and there's two of them. Ooh, I like this first one. As I drop the other one on the floor. Hello. It's from the emotions. Conquering Fear Equals Defining Fear by Tim Ferriss. Write down what you're anxious about. Write the thoughts and emotions surrounding it. If it helps, draw a picture. Can you properly define your fear? This is a really good one for Devontae and for Jenny's son. What's making you so stressed out? What are you feeling so anxious about that your heartbeat's going through the roof? I've had anxiety attacks. They are terrible. You feel like your body's trying to be a traitor to you. Understand it's your emotions that are doing this, and it's actually avoiding those emotions that is doing this. What are we talking about? Potato chips? Oh, sweet potatoes. I eat them instead of regular ones. I even get sweet potato chips when I need a crunchy snack. I'm funny. Only time we ever had sweet potatoes at my house was like with butter and brown sugar. So I'm not a fan of salty sweet potatoes. Activating lurker mode. Okay, sweet love, you know what? You're not alone. There's good people in that lurker lounge, and if you need a donut, now we're talking about healthy food, don't worry about it. It's non-gluten, low sugar, zero sugar. My lurker lounge should have a fresh batch, nice and warm for you. Anyway, can you define your fear? That's number one in facing it and making it go away. Number two is our mindfulness. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Lao Tzu. Meditate on the breath for 5 minutes. You feeling overstressed? Meditate on the breath for 5 minutes. Just do like I do. I'll put on Native American flute music or, excuse me, mine today is Buddhist temple music. And just find a quiet place to sit in and breathe for 5 minutes. Calm your mind. You don't have to stop it, just kind of calm it. And if you focus on your breath, you're not focused on anything else. So not very many thoughts should be popping in. They might, and that happens. That's normal. That's natural. Sometimes those thoughts are the things that you need to be focusing on that you haven't been hearing because you've been focused on something else. I love those cards. And how they go with the conversation we're having is mind-boggling sometimes. Yeah. You don't put anything on sweet potatoes, no sugar, no salt, just eat them plain. There you go. That sounds really good. When I was first diagnosed with fibromyalgia, 26, something like that years ago, back in 1998, I tried the macro diet, the raw macro diet. I ate nothing cooked. Obviously, I ate no meat, none. Completely vegan. It was really good for my body, but really hard to maintain. Oh my goodness. Because I had to fix my food separate from everybody else's food all the time. And after a while, you kind of fall back into old habits when you have to do that, especially when you cook like I do. I'm not a recipe cooker. I cook by taste. So here I am, cooking for my parents, but yet doing my macro diet over here that's nothing cooked. But I have to taste what I'm cooking for them, so I know that it's worth eating. Yeah. Easy to fall back into old habits again. Oh. And what a got or the crystal is a really good one. We haven't had this one. I think I've gotten this one a long, long time ago. Yeah, I peeked. I looked. Find yourself. Morganite. That is a beautiful pink, clear stone. It's a peachy pink color. One of my favorite stones. I actually have a couple. And the stone is named after. Can you imagine? Because he was involved in finding the stone and getting it identified, believe it or not, the stone is named after J.P. Morgan. Interesting, eh? That we get that card. I also love that it's a sunflower out here, but it's a sunflower that's finishing. Very apropos for October, because the birds love sunflowers. That's the only reason I grow sunflowers. I like to eat them, but they're a lot of work for a little bit of food. So I just grow them because the birds love them, and I don't have to buy bird seed when I grow sunflowers. You figure out ways to make your money stretch when it's fixed, right? Morganite, and I love the heart in the center of this card. Find yourself. Open your heart. Let's see what the book tells us. Morganite has a Mohs hardness of 7.5 to 8 out of 10. This is your empathic son. So he doesn't even really necessarily know what's stressing him out. He might even be picking that up from someone else. This says, breathe into your heart, Morganite advises. This card told us to do 5 minutes worth of breathing. Breathe into your heart. From this space, you can expand into unexplored parts of your being, connecting with the worlds both within and around you in new ways. With your heart open, you can dive deep into your relationship, both with the human world and the non-human world, finding facets that didn't exist until Morganite helped you breathe them into life. Pardon me. Stretch into your fullness, Morganite whispers. From this place, the things that are not you get slowly crowded out by the truths of your soul. This is not a quick process. Morganite knows this. It is the work of years of lifetimes, but it's work worth doing for the surety and peace of being wholly yourself. Wow. In my gemstone collection, like I said, I have a couple of them. I think maybe I need to get out my silver clay and make some jewelry. Got that loud and clear. Thank you very much. That's a gorgeous stone. I love it. Have you guys ever seen precious metal clay? There's millions, not millions, but there's thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube about precious PMC. It comes in silver, gold, brass, and copper. And it is actually, putting cards away here, it is actually the, what I was talking about. I can't do two things at once. Multitasking is no longer a strong point. Anyway, I can't even remember what I was talking about. Hello, squirrel. Or in my case, around here, an axolotl. Oh my goodness. Being silly. Yeah. Okay. So, while I have your all attention, let's talk a little bit about what you need to have for the God box on this Thursday. Okay? Um, he's not a big news watcher either. But he's empathic. He doesn't need to watch the news. He already knows. Speaking as somebody who doesn't watch the news. Unless I get tricked into it or stumble on it by accident. I pretty much, only thing I check out locally is the weather. I was shocked to find out that my mom's cardiologist of 25 years passed away in 2023. I had no idea. He was very well known in this town. So they had a big celebration of life and everything for the public. I had no idea, or I obviously would have gone. He was my doctor too. So, oh, you wondering what I got this on? You want to see? Karu and I were playing yesterday. He has this rope that's got twine wrapped around it, and it's fuzzy at both ends. And he just goes nuts for that thing. And I grabbed it and was playing with him with it. With one end. I mean, it's long. It's over a foot long. I grabbed one end of it, and that's the same end he went after. Look. One claw hit me right there. Right there. Right on that vein. It doesn't hurt. It did at the time. It just looks really, really bad. Here's the other hand. This vein right here. He just kind of like popped it for a little bit. So, I thought for cosmetic purposes, I'd put on my pink glove. My thumb's doing fine. Anyhow, God box. Let's start with, like I already said, with a box. You don't have to do a box. You can go buy a wooden box and come and hang out with us and, with some paint or something and decorate up your wooden box. You can, whatever. If you've got a shoe box, you've got a box that greeting cards came in. Huh, I'm reaching, huh? How many of us even go for greeting cards? Anyway, there's just a few things that you for sure are going to need. Number one is a box. Let me get my goodies out of here. Number one is a box. This box, I chose it because it's not real thick, but yet it's cardboard. And it comes apart really easy. I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, push down here. And then there you go. Now it's much easier to cover with my napkin. You can use wrapping paper. If you see a pattern that you really like, that you want to print out on your printer at home, you can do that too. Use printer paper. Just you will have to definitely seal. If you have an inkjet printer, you'll have to seal it because that tends to run with any water-based stuff like acrylic paints. It's just cheap acrylic white paint. I use it for my base. Black, if you want to do a black base. This is Liquitex. This is not cheap stuff. But a little bit goes a really long ways. I've had this for probably 20 years. And it's still soft and I used it the other day. I go through the white like crazy. That's why it's a little bit bigger too. If you can get access to sharp scissors, that's very helpful. I also have bigger scissors. And if you have access to craft knives, I have several kinds here. Any of these will work. Especially something like maybe, don't grab it and cut myself. These two, they're more your classic craft knife. No, it's not the brand. It's an off-brand, but just as sharp, let me tell you. I put one of these right here through my finger in high school. Really easy to hurt yourself with one of these, so be careful. And when we're working on the God box, you're going to want a way to be able to put your pieces of paper in. Now, if you want to have a lid that you lift off, that's great. Just know that you have to cover it accordingly. But, you wrap packages. When we cover it, that's all we're doing. But we're gluing down the wrapping paper, basically. Then you cut a hole in the top, slit like you're making a piggy bank. And then we will reinforce that with either masking tape or painter's tape, whichever one is easier for you to paint. Sometimes masking tape doesn't always paint. And then that's when we use the paint. You will need, and here's a couple more paints. This is gold, this is silver, glue. You're going, how do I stick that down? There's a couple options. I have 3 different options for you, for your paper on the box. Let's move the box. And yes, I'm promoting a product, even though it's not a sponsor, but it's a product I use a lot. It's sticky when it's dry. So I use it in my resin art. Sometimes if I want to put gold on a already cured resin piece, it won't stick unless you use something like this. This is also good for using for gold leafing if you're, into doing that kind of thing. But it's a pretty good product. It pretty much works on everything: fabric, wood, glass, resin, of course. Then there's also the good old standby school glue. No, this isn't Elmer's because it's the clear. I didn't have any of the regular cloudy school glue because I use this also in my resin. This makes my resin get thick when I use glitter. So that's kind of fun. And then the other glue, which you might want to do because it'll be a way to finish it and everything else, is our good old-fashioned Mod Podge. As you can tell, I buy it by the small bottle. 32 ounce. I use it so much. And that's all a glue gun, of course. And that's pretty much all you're going to need for this Thursday's class. That's it. That's not too much. Kind of gives you an idea what we're going to cover on Thursday. We're going to cover the box. And then next week on Thursday is when we're going to have fun seeing what all you guys have collected, because that gives you a couple weeks to collect up the embellishments, the fun part. Here, I got some. Kelly, here you go. You'll like these because they're from polymer clay molds. And it's not polymer clay, it's that white powder. But, there's a fish. And I think I'll probably use the Ankh. There's some cool stuff. You find all kinds of things. I like this dude here. He's kind of cool. So, just put on your creative thinking cap and we'll have some fun together. Let me put this chat up here again where I can see. I don't know why it went away. There we go. Okay. How is everybody else doing? I just kind of get down here to where we are. Okay, there we are. You got all those things? Good, good. I tried to make the list also. When you get your list of the supplies, I put little circles by each item so you can check it off if you're going to Michael's or somewhere and shopping for this stuff, going to a hobby store, or as you're going through your house, or if you're like me, going through your supplies. It take me hours to go through everything. I've got scrapbook paper, and I mean, you can use wrapping paper, contact paper, scrapbook paper. That brown paper that comes in your Amazon box is perfect for something like this because it can look like leather if you do it right. You take the paper and you just, once you figure out the size that you're going to need, wad it up. Like you're going to throw it away, wad it up into a ball, then you straighten it all back out again. And as you glue it down, don't be concerned about whether you get wrinkles in it or not. And then when it comes time to painting it, you take like the black and you dry brush. Yeah, you're also going to need paint brushes, obviously. You dry brush it lightly over the highlights. Yeah, I've got paint brushes, chrome marker pens. There's copper, gold, and I don't have a silver one. My silver one, the tip came out of it, so I can't use it. And on a Sharpie, I got a wide point Sharpie and a thin point Sharpie. It's just whatever you normally like to have around, or when you're making crafts. You don't have to be like me and have everything and more. I have one of those plastic cart roller things that has drawers, and it's just full of all kinds of paints and stuff. So yeah, I don't have to dig very far. Oh, I bet you're wondering what this is. It's a vacuum cleaner. Isn't it cool? It picks up all my little bits and pieces of resin and dust, and it needs charging though. Sounds like it was about to run out. Your walls and your hallways are wallpapered. Ooh, with brown craft paper. Yeah, it looks like elephant skin. There you go. They use that stuff even for floors. You can use a brown paper bag. If you're the kind of person that goes to the grocery store and you get paper instead of plastic, use one of those. It's perfect for this. Absolutely perfect to cover it with, because then you can do rubber stamps. Well, you can do rubber stamps on anything, but I mean, I don't know what all you guys have in your craft rooms or in your supplies, if you have any. I think you're all pretty crafty people. So anyway, I'm so looking forward to Thursday. I can't wait. I have to clear off this table of all my resin stuff. So yeah, I have a black garbage bag to put down so that I don't paint my table. Although this is just contact paper. Resin doesn't stick to it, so I know paint won't. Although I have some alcohol ink that won't come off right here. But it's pretty, so who cares? If you're going to have paint drips, at least make sure they're pretty paints, huh? So, okay guys, how about a little bit of self-care? Anybody got any questions? Yeah, I often feel like the world's closing in on me too. And I realize the first thing I have to do is stop and say, where's this energy coming from? It's not mine. Because if you stop and say, where's this energy coming from, you'll hear loud and clear whether it's you or not. It feels different when it's you as an empath. That's the first step in healing, in setting your boundaries. And then when you figure out it's not you, you can tell it to go away. You can ask your guides to make it go away. Let's do our stones with the self-care cards. Let's make me smaller so you guys can see what the cards are doing. I guess that's smaller. I don't want to be real small. No, that's too small. Here we go. Down in the bottom. First card is, I love it, joy. What's it hiding in the corner? Yes. Trust. And believe. Back. So we have joy, trust, and believe. I love it. So, a sentence that, oops, joy is upside down. Don't stand on your head, Joy. Joy, trust, and believe. If you believe and trust, you will find your joy. I'll take that. Okay. This card for joy. Oh my goodness! Sex. I'm hearing that doesn't necessarily mean to be physical sex. There's a lot to be said for emotionally, just cuddling and holding and having passionate sex. I love this. I'm going to read to you what the book says. I am experiencing the comic orgasm. That's the mantra that goes with this. There is a deep well of joy, bliss, and healing available to us through sex when it is treated as a sacred experience of divine union. To achieve the deepest states of pleasure and connection, we must have an open heart and body, trust, and be able to hold the frequency of pure presence. Tune into your body's innate wisdom to uncover what kind of sexual experience or lover you would like to call in. Through this reflection, acknowledge your sexual history and be honest with yourself about any limiting beliefs, blocks, or traumas you need to work through. If there is a lot to unpack here, you may need to seek the support of a professional. Interesting, huh? As you grow comfortable exploring your own body and your lover's body, as well as expressing your unique essence, desires, and emotions, you will find additional layers of pleasure. Sex is one of the most incredible ways to cultivate your potent life force energy, also known as Kundalini or Shakti, which you can channel into all areas of your life. And the journal prompt for this card: what kind of sexual experience would you like to call into your life? Grabbing my Kyle Gray book here. That's an awesome card. Yeah, it's perfect for joy. Ultimate bliss. Complete and utter joy. This is a 44. I've been haunted by 22, 33, and 44 lately. I have researched the 33. Whoa! Yeah. You guys look into all the connections in history to the number 33 and the 33rd latitude? Oh, I do too. Who doesn't? Well, there's a lot of people who don't like sex, but yeah. Number 44. Here's what it's telling us. Your guardian angel is wrapping you in a cloak of loving protection. You're safe. Give your all when you're having sex. You want the complete pleasure and joy. Wow, that's a cool message. Neat. I love it. It's about time we get positive messages about sex and not all this SA stuff. You know? Okay, next card. Pull her out of the middle here. Oh, and it didn't stick. Try it again. There we go. For trust. Having issues trusting somebody? Need to calm down. Take a walk in nature. You're safe. Number 44 over here says you're safe. Go ahead and take that walk. And while you're at it, breathe. Breathe in the fresh air. Breathe in the beauty. Breathe in the calm. Dolly. I learned the hard way. Sex on an air mattress when you and your partner are fluffy can be dangerous. Crazy woman. You're so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, I always like the added momentum of the not the waterbed that comes with in a mattress, but the floaty kind of waterbeds. Anyway, I'm aging myself now. Take a walk and calm down. After you have sex and find your joy, go take a walk out in nature and give thanks for what you just experienced. I got that so clear. Oh my goodness. Trust, you're safe. Go out there and take a walk. What does number 52 tell us? Number 52 is: challenging conversations will take you to a place of certainty and understanding. Be open to hearing the truth. Ooh, so as you're taking a walk, reflect on what you're hearing as truth and deciding what is truth. Okay. Remember what that was like in the waterbed? waterbed's a lot of fun. Anyway, so once you've reached your bliss here, and there's definitely a calm that comes afterwards that can't be reached any other way. And that's when you want to go and that's hard to do if your legs will work, take a walk in nature and recognize the beauty around you. And what you just went through is a part of what you're walking through. Very much a natural part. So, what do we need to know about our final one, which is believe? Sorry, I have a tendency to have the mentality of an 8th grader when it comes to sex, especially sex and talking about it in public. Oh my goodness. There it is! It popped up! Okay. Believe we get. Make a meal. Yeah, I think you'll be pretty hungry. After you have sex and take a walk, you're going to need a meal for sure. But you'll be more centered and more focused on the health-giving properties of the meal you're cooking. You'll be more in tune to selecting the appropriate foods of color that matches chakras that may be starting to block or be fully blocked. There's a lot more to making a meal than how you cook it, follow a recipe, and then stuffing it in your face. It's your sustenance. You'll die without it. You need to give thanks for it. And every piece of fruit, because I'm looking at avocados and tomatoes, every vegetable, and especially the animals, if you eat meat, you need to give thanks for the life that has been given to you to add to your life force. That's just one of my shamanic beliefs. So here I am talking about my belief with believes. In the book, number 32, talks about, here we are, close to 33. Whew. You guys, tell you. Number 32, your relationships with yourself and others are being supported by your angels and guides. Call on them for as much help as you need, and know it's never too much. You can call on them and be as redundant as you need to be to feel comfortable, to feel comforted, and to feel loved and supported, because the angels are there. Your guardian angels, you have many, and they will never leave you. All you need to do is rely on them. They can't help you unless you ask them to. They're watching and going, I'm over here. I'm over here. I can help you. And we're going, I can't do this by myself. What can we do? And the angels are going, I'm over here. And we can't hear it because we're all caught up in all this going on. Let it go. Sorry, that's kind of a weird way to act it out, but that's exactly what's going on. So, when you make your meal, treat it as though it is sacred sustenance. This is part of your communion. Whether you're Christian or not, it's a communion with the earth, it's a communion with Gaia, and it's most definitely a communion with abundance. So the mantra that goes with this card is, I am nourished by food infused with love. I love that. I'm going to say that as I cook my dinner. I am nourished by food infused with love. I am nourished by food infused with love. I love that. That's terrific. And that brings me to the card of the day. I usually do that at the beginning, but I forgot about it until just now. So let's take a look here. See if I can get that to... There we go. This is from the Rumi deck. In the book 1984, Big Brother kept everyone in fear and feeling like finding joy is wrong. I feel like we are experiencing that now. Screw that! Find your joy and experience it. Dance it, sing it, make it loud. Yes. Don't let them, they can't shut your mind off unless you allow it. Wow. I have my earbuds on. If you could hear the song, I've got a Tibetan throat singer going on in my ears. Sorry, I'm squirrel. I got lots of squirrel moments today. That's okay. They're spirit animals too. So, our card for today and this whole week that I'm using is the Rumi Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, artwork by Rasuli. Today we have for our card the Resplendent with Grace card. Your divine grace clothes me in robes of sky blue and blood red. As a shimmering galaxy of comparison within the field of which no being is excluded, the darkness of the night is illuminated, and all creatures are bathed in the fine golden hue of your presence. There is only beauty withheld now, for there is nothing that is not of your artistry, of your divine hand, generous with its grace. This card comes to us with a message. You are wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so. No matter what you might believe about the situation or circumstances or the others involved, even yourself. You have within your soul possession more than enough grace to see you through anything you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or for any vision you feel life has bestowed upon you. So pray through the unconditional love to access all that you are, to be supported by those that love you without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full. All that is needed to nurture you into the next step of your life path is within you now. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take this next phase of the journey now. How could it be otherwise after you are one with grace? My goodness. And I'm going to leave you have that thought while we take a look at these mindfulness cards here. You don't mind if I go over a little. Hi, Pamela Anderson. Welcome. You're getting here just as we're getting ready to finish up. We pulled two from the 100 mindful prompts card deck. We got two cards. First card was Conquering Fear Equals Defining Fear by Tim Ferriss. You're supposed to write down what you're anxious about. Write the thoughts and emotions surrounding it. If it helps, draw a picture. It can be a stick figure. Hey, look, Cash Peters is doing fine with his stick figures. I love Cash. Can you properly define your fear? And tonight, that card is wanting you to remember this. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. And they're giving it to Franklin Roosevelt, but I've heard it attributed to Winston Churchill as well. I do believe Roosevelt said it first. What's the worst possible outcome of your fear? If you're going to play the what if game, play it out. Does fear aid in preventing that from happening? And what can you do to control this outcome? Hi, Viviani. Good to see you. Welcome. What can you do to control the outcome of that fear? The second card that we got, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Lao Tzu. Meditate on the breath for 5 minutes today. Just focus on breathing, nothing else. And tonight, the largest part of what we call personality is determined by how we've opted to defend ourselves against anxiety and sadness. Wow, let go of all anxiety and sadness. What are you left with? Boy, is that ever a personal journey. Interesting, very interesting to see what you would come up with. Oh, I'm in Tucson, Arizona, Pam. I have warm weather. It's going to be like close to 100 today. So, yeah, I had to do the birds. I'm a birdie girl. I'm a birdie girl. That's what it sounds like in my head. Oh, you guys, I love you all so much. Tuesdays. I live for Tuesdays and coming and hanging out with you guys. And before we go, I'm going to send you out with a message from Eckhart Tolle's Present Moment Reminder Deck. I pull a card from this deck twice a day. One to get up with and think about all day, and one to sometimes dream with. I've been doing some lucid dreaming lately. I'm not even asking to do it, it's just kind of been happening, which is kind of interesting. And then I'm in Terry Holding Your Space is live yesterday, and I guess what they're talking about, lucid dreaming and dream walking. Pretty cool. Go check out Terry's meditation show in the mornings. They're really early though, but just think about it. Where she is in Kansas, girlfriend, it's earlier for her than it is for me. Well, actually, no, it's the other way around. It's really early for me. You want this deck that I'm using again? Sure. This is the Present Moment Reminder Deck by Eckhart Tolle. It's only been out. It was just released the first part of September, and it's fun. I love it. The other decks that I've been using, Crystallary. Where the Crystallary is for, we got Morganite for our crystal for this week. Here it is. And I hid it underneath my big mushroom vacuum cleaner. The quotes are from the 100 Mindful Prompts, Self-Care and Stress Relief. This is by a man called Clement Decor. He also has a website. Here's the website. I highly recommend checking this out. You're welcome, sweetheart. I'm happy to tell you what decks I'm using. Oh, and for, like I said, and for the ones that go with the stones, self-care, this is the Sacred Self-Care deck by Jill Pyle. It's one of my favorite decks. I use it almost every week on here. Now, Tully, what do you want to tell us? So you guys can get about your day. Have your sandwich and a nap if you need it. Ah, sticking right up right there. We'll take that one. Thank you, sir. Then I'm just going to take the one. What do we get? Isn't that a pretty picture? Ask yourself, is there any negative in me, any negativity in me at this moment? And then become alert and attentive to your thoughts as well as your emotions. Negativity dissolves in the light of presence. Once you realize, whew, that was a negative thought, it goes, we have so many negative thoughts that we don't even recognize half the time. Dolly needs a sandwich and a nap, so does Kate. Anyway, you guys, today, ask yourself, is there any negativity in me at this moment? And then become alert and attentive so your thoughts, as well as your emotions, and the negativity dissolves in the light of presence. This deck just blows my mind sometimes. But, look at the author. Talk about someone gifted with clarity. Wow. So, you guys, Godbox class on Thursday. If you are interested and you haven't let me know, send me an email. It's below all of my videos is my email address. It's well, I should type it in. Anyway, you'll find it. Send me an email and say you would like to be a part of the class this Thursday. If you missed at the very beginning of this video, I kind of told you a little bit of what you need. You send me that email, I'll respond to you, sending you the link and supply list. Doesn't have to be difficult and expensive. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to make this a found object project. So, yes, Dolly will not be live tomorrow. She's getting ready for a yard sale. So if you live in the Milwaukee area, stop by. Check out. She's showing me she made a video of some of the stuff they're pricing today and tomorrow. So you guys go check out what Dolly's got going on. And, Sonia's, as far as I know, Sonia's going to be live on Friday. She hasn't told me anything different. She's live at 8:30 Pacific, just like I am at 8:30 on Tuesdays. She's at 8:30 on Fridays. And the Godbox class at 4 o'clock on Thursday on Zoom. So, hey, you guys, I love you all. We will see you soon. Sooner than soon. Have a great day, you guys. And a better week, okay? I'll send you out. Here we go.
Night.